here today just to tell the truth. So hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has always been a figure who captures global attention, whether it's his bold decisions to step away from royal duties, his tell-all memoir, or his tumultuous relationship with the British media. But the latest whispers surrounding his name have taken an unexpected turn, linking him to the ongoing legal controversies surrounding music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Could one of Britain's most famous royals be caught up in a scandal that stretches far beyond royal palaces and into the shadowy corners of Hollywood? This is the jaw-dropping question that's left both royal watchers and pop culture enthusiasts reeling.
Prince Harry's visa, or his application for a U.S. visa, that is about to go public. Big portions of it because a federal judge approved the Department of Homeland Security releasing those documents.
Let's set the stage. Prince Harry's life in America has been a whirlwind of headlines since he and Meghan Markle made their bold move across the pond in 2020. From lucrative Netflix deals to explosive interviews, the couple has redefined what it means to be royal in the modern age. But amidst this reinvention, Harry's past has quietly begun to resurface in ways no one could have anticipated. It all began with Sean Combs, or Diddy as he's famously known, who is currently locked in a very public battle with the justice system. The rapper and producer who once ruled the entertainment world with his music empire now finds himself under scrutiny for a slew of allegations that paint a grim picture of his private life. And somehow Prince Harry's name has been dragged into the mix.
The question in the visa application whether you have been a user in the past. That's the way the question is framed. Harry, in his book Spare, has talked about the fact that he's used cocaine, used and now the question, how did he answer that question?
The connection is as unexpected as it is perplexing. According to court documents tied to one of the lawsuits against Diddy, Prince Harry's name was mentioned as part of a broader network of high-profile individuals who are allegedly associated with the rapper. While it's crucial to emphasize that Harry himself has not been accused of any wrongdoing, the mere mention of his name in such a context has set tongues wagging. What could this mean for the Duke of Sussex, a man who has spent years trying to distance himself from scandal and controversy?
The intimation here is, if he said, no, I'm not a user, but he said that in the book, is that lying on a visa application and grounds for deportation? So that's the essence of this whole thing.
Right.
To understand how Harry's name even entered this murky territory, we have to rewind to the early 2000s. Diddy, at the height of his fame, was known not just for his chart-topping hits, but for his extravagant lifestyle. His parties were legendary, attracting A-list celebrities, athletes, and politicians. But as details about these gatherings have emerged in recent years, they've painted a much darker picture of what went on behind closed doors. And while Harry and his brother Prince William were photographed with Diddy at a 2007 charity event honoring their late mother, Princess Diana, rumors have swirled about whether that encounter was the beginning and end of their association with the rapper.
Not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
No one wants him mentioned.
According to insiders, Diddy was reportedly enamored with the idea of having British royalty attend his infamous gatherings. Rob Shooter, a former representative for Diddy, claims that the rapper made more than 10 attempts to invite Harry and William to his events, even going so far as to offer to cover all expenses, including security. Shooter described Diddy's fascination with the princes as almost obsessive, saying, he thought of himself as a king, so it made perfect sense that he wanted 2 real-life princes in his orbit. But despite his relentless efforts, the royal brothers reportedly declined every single invitation. At first glance, this might seem like an amusing anecdote, a pop culture kingpin trying and failing to woo British royalty. But in light of the serious allegations now surrounding Diddy, the story takes on a far more sinister tone. Some commentators have even speculated that Harry and William's decision to steer clear of Diddy's gatherings may have protected them from becoming embroiled in the scandals now unfolding in courtrooms. As one royal expert put it, they dodged a bullet.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoe have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there,
And yet, the mystery deepens. Court filings from a lawsuit involving Diddy include a single mention of Prince Harry, describing him as one of many high-profile figures whose association with the rapper allegedly lent him credibility and access to elite circles. This vague reference has fueled speculation about whether Harry was aware of or even tangentially involved in Diddy's controversial activities. While legal experts have been quick to point out that such mentions are often little more than name-dropping, the implications are hard to ignore.
Understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
Adding another layer of intrigue are the persistent rumors about Harry's possible deportation from the United States. While these rumors have largely been fueled by his past admissions of recreational indulgences, confessions he made openly in his memoir Spare, they've gained new traction in light of his tangential connection to Diddy. Could his name being dragged into this scandal potentially complicate his immigration status? It's a question that even legal analysts are hesitant to answer definitively. The timing couldn't be worse for Harry and Meghan, who have spent the past few years trying to carve out a new life in California. Meghan, in particular, has been the subject of relentless media scrutiny, and this latest twist only adds to the pressures the couple faces. Some royal commentators have suggested that the Diddy connection, no matter how tenuous, could fuel new tensions between Harry and his family back in the UK, particularly as King Charles seeks to maintain the monarchy's image in the wake of other high-profile controversies.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
But what does Meghan think of all this? Insiders close to the Sussexes have remained tight-lipped. But it's not hard to imagine how such headlines might strain their already complicated relationship with the public. Meghan has often been portrayed as a stabilizing force for Harry, encouraging him to embrace therapy, mindfulness, and a more grounded lifestyle. This latest scandal, however, threatens to pull him back into the very chaos he's worked so hard to escape.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
What's particularly striking about this situation is how it underscores the precarious tightrope Harry and Meghan are walking. On one hand, they've embraced their status as global figures, leveraging their fame for lucrative deals and charitable endeavors. On the other hand, their every move is scrutinized, and even the faintest whiff of scandal can snowball into a full-blown media frenzy. The Diddy connection, however tenuous, serves as a stark reminder of just how quickly their carefully curated image can be called into question. As the legal battles surrounding Diddy continue to unfold, one can't help but wonder what other names might surface in the court documents. Could there be more revelations that further entangle Prince Harry in this web of allegations? Or will his name ultimately be cleared, leaving this episode as little more than a footnote in an already tumultuous chapter of his life? For now, the Duke of Sussex remains an enigma, his role in this unfolding drama as unclear as it is tantalizing.
I think it's to be expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come, within the next 2 years?
And so the story hangs in the balance, with more questions than answers. What exactly did Diddy hope to gain from associating with the royals? Why did Harry and William decline his invitations, and did they know more than they've let on? Most importantly, how will this latest controversy impact Harry's future in America and his relationship with Meghan? These are the questions that continue to captivate a global audience, eager for the next twist in a saga that's as unpredictable as it is riveting. The story surrounding Sean Diddy Combs is nothing short of a whirlwind, one that has drawn in some of the world's most high-profile personalities, from Hollywood elites to international dignitaries. But what really happened at those infamous gatherings that Diddy so passionately curated? And why have these events become the focal point of such overwhelming legal scrutiny? The deeper you dive into the details, the more questions arise, with each revelation more shocking than the last. It's like peeling back the layers of a scandal that seemed, for years, to be hidden in plain sight.
But there's also strategic reasons for the prosecutors to want him to have co-defendants, because right now he hasn't waived his right to a speedy trial, which would force prosecutors to take him to trial pretty quick, which they actually might not be ready to do. But if they supersede him and have co-defendants with him, it makes it a lot easier to pursue a trial continuance without him waiving his speedy trial right.
For decades, Diddy's reputation was built on extravagance. He was the king of the party scene, living a life that seemed untouchable. But now, his carefully constructed empire is being challenged in ways he never saw coming. At the heart of the matter are the stories of his elaborate gatherings, known as freak-offs, which allegedly took place in lavish mansions, rented penthouses, and luxury hotels. These events were said to be meticulously organized, with no detail left to chance. From customized lighting to an abundant supply of special refreshments, Diddy's team reportedly ensured that everything was tailored to create a specific atmosphere, one that appealed to the most exclusive and powerful guests.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily, so I guess right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
What makes these allegations so disturbing isn't just the scale of the parties or the resources poured into them, but the claims of what allegedly transpired behind closed doors. Witnesses and accusers have painted a picture of events that were as chaotic as they were indulgent, with an air of secrecy that bordered on paranoia. Diddy's inner circle, often described as fiercely loyal, reportedly went to great lengths to maintain his privacy. Some have even suggested that this loyalty wasn't entirely voluntary, with individuals allegedly pressured or intimidated into silence. And here's where things get even murkier, because the names of attendees included not just A-list celebrities, but also political figures, athletes, and, as you already know, the occasional royal. Now, let's talk about the celebrity connections. Diddy's gatherings were known for their star-studded guest lists, which often read like the who's who of entertainment and high society. From legendary musicians to award-winning actors, these events were a magnet for anyone looking to rub shoulders with the elite. But as more details emerge, the glamorous veneer of these parties is starting to crack, revealing a side of the entertainment world that many would prefer to keep hidden. There have been whispers for years, rumors that certain celebrities only attended because they felt obligated or because they were afraid of being blacklisted by Diddy's powerful network if they refused. And now, with lawsuits piling up and testimonies coming to light, those whispers are becoming deafening.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
One of the most sensational claims to come out of this saga involves the alleged use of these parties to gain leverage over influential individuals. According to court documents, Diddy is accused of using his gatherings not just as social events, but as opportunities to collect compromising material on his guests. It's been suggested that hidden cameras were strategically placed to record attendees in vulnerable situations, footage that could later be used as a form of insurance or worse, blackmail. While these allegations remain unproven, the mere idea has sent shockwaves through the industry. After all, who wouldn't be worried about what might surface next?
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Among the many celebrities linked to Diddy's circle, there's been increased scrutiny on those who are allegedly closest to him. Some of these individuals have come forward to share their experiences, while others have chosen to remain silent. But one thing is clear, the fallout from these revelations is far from over. For many in Hollywood, the question isn't just who knew about Diddy's alleged activities, but who might have actively participated or turned a blind eye. It's a controversy that's already claimed its share of casualties, with some high-profile figures distancing themselves from the rapper in an effort to protect their own reputations.
I mean, that fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the
Then there's the matter of the evidence. Prosecutions have reportedly amassed a mountain of material, including videos, photographs, and messages that they claim support the allegations against Diddy. One particularly shocking detail involves the discovery of over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, which authorities seized during a raid on one of his properties. While the exact purpose of these items remains unclear, they've become symbolic of the excess and controversy surrounding Diddy's gatherings. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Investigators are said to be sifting through years of financial records, travel documents, and witness statements, all in an effort to build their case. But let's not forget about the other celebrities who've been dragged into this mess. One of the most talked about names is Ye, who was photographed with Diddy and Prince Harry at a high-profile event in 2007. While there's no suggestion that Ye was involved in any wrongdoing, his association with Diddy has inevitably led to speculation. After all, Ye has never been one to shy away from controversy, and his larger-than-life persona has often overshadowed his more questionable choices. Some have even speculated that West's willingness to align himself with Diddy in the past could come back to haunt him, especially as more details about the rapper's parties come to light.
According to the Rolling Stone, the doc features an alleged childhood friend of Puff's, hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having that was just their normal.
Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team has been working overtime to manage the growing list of lawsuits against him. Their strategy appears to be twofold: deny the allegations outright while painting Diddy as the victim of a coordinated effort to tarnish his reputation. In public statements, his lawyers have described the accusations as baseless and sensationalized, insisting that their client is innocent. But behind the scenes, there's a sense of urgency as they prepare for what promises to be a lengthy and complex legal battle. With so much at stake, not just for Diddy, but for everyone associated with him, it's no wonder that tensions are running high.
Talking about the parties, Tim says, verbatim, "That's what we were privy to. This was what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No, that was just Saturday night." In the doc, per Rolling Stone, this type of childhood is alleged to be why Tim, the longtime friend of Diddy's, Puff believes that Puff found himself in the position he is in now.
And this brings us back to Prince Harry. While his connection to Diddy appears to be limited to a handful of public appearances and a single mention in court documents, the implications are hard to ignore. For a man who spent the better part of his adult life trying to escape the shadow of scandal, this latest twist is a troubling development. Whether he likes it or not, Harry's name is now tied to one of the most explosive controversies to hit the entertainment world in years. And as the legal proceedings against Diddy continue, it's likely that the Duke of Sussex will find himself under even greater scrutiny. What's particularly striking is how this story has blurred the lines between the worlds of royalty and celebrity. In many ways, Harry's journey from Windsor Castle to Hollywood has been emblematic of a larger cultural shift, one where the boundaries between the two have all but disappeared. But as this latest controversy demonstrates, the intersection of royalty and celebrity isn't always glamorous. In fact, it can be downright messy, with reputations on the line and secrets waiting to be uncovered.
The judge said there will be redactions, but this is all about, it's again, just seems very petty, but this is about figuring out, people want to be able to, certain people want to nail Prince Harry, they think, for lying on his visa application.
As the legal battles against Diddy unfold, one thing is certain: the entertainment industry will never look at him or the people in his orbit the same way again. Whether you're a fan of his music, a follower of royal drama, or just someone who loves a good scandal, this story has something for everyone. And with so many unanswered questions, it's anyone's guess what new revelations might come to light in the weeks and months ahead. Could there be more high-profile names tied to these allegations? Will Diddy's empire crumble under the weight of the accusations? And most importantly, what will this mean for the people who've been swept up in the controversy, from Prince Harry to the countless others whose names have yet to be revealed? The only thing we know for sure is that this is far from over. Stay tuned, because the twists and turns are only just beginning. And as the curtain falls on this chapter of celebrity gossip, viewers are left with a tantalizing cliffhanger. Could Prince Harry's mere association with Sean Diddy Combs spell trouble for his future in America? And what about the other high-profile names that might be lurking in the shadows of this scandal? The questions are endless, and the answers remain elusive. So, what do you think? Could this controversy have far-reaching implications for the Duke of Sussex? Or is it all just a storm in a teacup? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious and keep the speculation alive.